On this virtual tour stop, I have some props. I have some advanced reproduction that I've dug up, and I want to show you the root balls to better explain why there's that importance of having oak advanced reproduction in place, competitive oak regeneration in place prior to overstory disturbance. So again, that kind of first law of oak regeneration, the presence of competitive oak advanced regeneration, or oak regeneration. So I'll start off with the competitor. This is a red maple that I dug up. If we take a look at the root ball on this red maple, it's not shabby. That's pretty big. I'll put it right up here against the camera so you can take a look. You know, it doesn't go down that far. Here's the ground line. So the thing only goes down a couple of inches, but it, you know, goes horizontally a decent way, has some nice feeder roots on it. There's some decent root stores in there. If we come in here and we sever this, it's likely to come, you know, sprout back pretty vigorously. Likewise, if we were to come in and do a prescribed burn and top kill this thing, you know, it's got enough store in there that this will probably come back. And that's, you know, expected. That's what we're seeing out here. But here's an oak of the same size. So if we take, or approximately the same size, has a little bit more ground line diameter, but height-wise it was about the same. Diameter breast height, it was about the same. This thing, I couldn't even dig the whole thing out of the ground. So here's the ground line on it. We still have a 2-inch diameter taproot about 6.5 inches down on this tree. So I just couldn't get deep enough on this rocky site to pull this up, but that's a heck of a root store. When we talk about competitive oak, what we're really trying to do is, you know, oaks put a lot of effort into that development of a root system prior to initiating height growth. We want that nice root system in place, that nice store right here, so when this thing is top killed, it has more store than that red maple, or at least we hope it does. So when we come in and we, you know, subject stands to frequent prescribed burning, or if we do an overstory disturbance and this gets smashed, we expect that off of a root ball like this, it's likely to sprout back pretty vigorously and at least have a higher chance of taking an overstory position in that stand than it would if it had a smaller root system like that red maple, where it's going to deplete a lot of the root or the resources sprouting back from that. So that was a black oak. Here's another I pulled from nearby. This one, I wish I could have gotten you a bigger one, but what I want to show you is this is actually a double root ball. I couldn't get the other side out, but there were 2 stems coming off of this thing, and there's also a broken stem right here. If you look hard, you can kind of see it. But what we see with these is oftentimes, you know, this advanced reproduction grows, but if it's not released, so again, that second rule of oak regeneration, the timely release of that advanced reproduction, or that competitive regeneration, it'll die back and resprout if overstory conditions are correct. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, is we've had one that died back, and then this new one came up. So it'd be interesting to age these. I haven't done that yet, but this one actually had another root ball on the other side that broke off of it. So this actually had 2 stems, so that's not uncommon. So when we talk about advanced reproduction and the need for it, it really comes down to kind of those root balls, and we're trying to build up a big enough root system that when we do have an overstory disturbance and that tree sprouts back, it sprouts back vigorously compared to its competitors.